Hey everybody, I am just so excited to talk to you guys today about Facebook. I love Facebook. It is amazing to me, this tool that we have to stay in touch with people. It's so fun to see what everyone's up to and what they've got going on in their families and in their lives. And so today I'm going to talk about our personal Facebook accounts, and I'm also going to talk about our like pages or our business or public pages on Facebook. If you're a new coach and you don't have a public like page, that is okay. I don't think there's necessarily any rush for you to do that. I think that in the beginning, as you kind of to get your feet on the ground, that you're going to build a lot of connections with your existing Facebook friends and that you have the opportunity there to help them in the beginning. Now, as you get going on your journey and as your business starts to grow, I think you'll know when the time is right to start a like page and to start a business page where you do focus a lot more time on posting specifically to the fitness realm of things. So for now, if you just have a personal account, that is more than okay. That's great. So let's talk about it. I want you to ask yourself right now, what is it like to be my Facebook friend? I want you to put yourself in someone else's shoes, in one of your Facebook friends' shoes. Think about this. What if you were on your phone and you saw your stuff pop up in the newsfeed? What would you think of it? What would you feel from it? Would you be excited about what you were sharing? Would it intrigue you? Or would it kind of annoy you and turn you off? I think that we always have to be thinking through, how is what I'm putting out there affecting someone else? Is it adding value to their life? Or am I just talking about myself? Am I just making white noise? And the thing is, you guys, this is a people business more than it's a fitness business, more than it's about us being awesome and getting our workouts in. We have to be thinking about, what kind of a Facebook friend are we? Are we posting content that people care about? And secondly, when it comes to what kind of a friend are we really being a friend? Because in order to have a friend, you have to be a friend. You can't just lurk in the corners and, scroll through the pages and kind of be a little just sneaking around, looking at what people have going on and not really engaging with them. That's not a friend. That's a stalker. And so you need to be willing, when you have friends that are in your feed, that you like their stuff, that you are commenting, that you are being a genuine person and just loving on people. Because the truth is, that's our job. Our job is to love on people. Our job is to encourage people and affirm people. And the thing is, people don't get enough of that in their lives. People don't get enough moments in their day when someone reaches out and says, "You are beautiful. You look great in that picture. I love what you have on your wall in your house," or "Your kids are so cute. Where did you get their clothes?" Like, really caring about the details of their lives. And so that's my first point to you today, is think about, what kind of a Facebook friend are you? Are you really a friend, or are you just a stalker? And so with that said, we're going to move on. And I want you to also think next about, what are you posting? So that content that we were thinking about before, what is it made of? Because let me tell you this, if the only time you show up in your friend's newsfeed is when you are posting about Beachbody, that's annoying. And so what I want to challenge you to do is to think about, how can you post every day? Maybe I suggest, if you're really trying to kind of create a presence for yourself, to post, 2 or 3 times a day on Facebook. But it does not have to include anything about fitness or anything about Beachbody. So I want to just call out a few people that I think do this really well on our team. Jillian Martinson is one of them. She does a phenomenal job about sharing her story, her life on Facebook in a way that's relatable. She has twin girls and she shares the cutest moments about them, and it has nothing to do with fitness. It is just her sharing her life. It's her sharing Sometimes she'll share her struggles, or if her girls are being sassy or whatever it is, like she shares that. So Jillian, way to go. I think you really know what you're doing on Facebook, and you're doing it in a very strategic way. I think Bethany Swart also does an incredible job at this. She has this way of being sincere and sweet with her posts, and she really takes the time to share her thoughts. Her and Kansas both do this really well. In fact, what they do is they take it to another level where they will share their kids, but they'll share what's going on in their heart, what's going on as a mom throughout the day, so that they're not only sharing with their Facebook friends their fitness and getting fit, but they're sharing their story. And that, you guys, at the end of the day, is what we are supposed to do. Is we need to be sharing our stories, sharing relatable content, sharing content that people go, oh, I guess I'm normal. She does that too? Okay. And it's not all about being perfect and putting on the most polished pictures all the time. Yes, we want our pictures to be focused and clear and, quality in that sense. But like yesterday, I posted a picture of my messy kitchen, and that's just my reality, because I knew that if I was feeling overwhelmed, probably not the only one. Someone else is probably in their kitchen feeling the same way. So think about the moments that you go through and be willing to share those. But when you share them, I encourage you to use I statements. So this is something that I have learned in blogging that is very powerful. People don't like to be projected on. People don't like to be told how they're feeling or that they need to change. And so what I have learned is more powerful is if you can share your story with I statements. Like for example, I stayed up late last night with my son Case because he had an earache, and I was just down and out. And then I realized, like, this is so much sweeter than I'm giving it credit for. And so then I chose to find the joy in that moment. But anyway, sharing your story and sharing I statements, because if you are willing to be vulnerable with people and share what's really going on in your heart and really what's going on in your life, what that does is that allows people to trust you. And that allows people to say, wow, like, she gets it. She gets that I have tough days. She gets that life's not always perfect. She gets that life happens sometimes. And so we always want to be relatable. We want to be showing that we really care about the details of their lives. And the way we do that is by sharing our own. Okay, what else did I want to talk about with personal pages? Okay, this feels weird, but what you need to do after you post is like your own post. That feels weird, right? It feels like, why would I like my own post? That makes me look kind of arrogant. But no, what that does is it will allow your post to show up in more feeds. Because what Facebook does, when you post something to Facebook, not all your friends see it. I guarantee you have like a specific amount of friends that you tend to interface with who Facebook says, oh, those are like her real friends. So those people will show up more than, say, someone else. So if you are able to post your post and then like it, immediately not only are you showing up in someone's feed that you posted something, but you're showing up that you've also liked something. And so again, that's just going to get more people to liking and seeing your content. What else? I think I had one more thing. Oh, yes. So my last point with the personal page is don't use it as a time waster. Again, don't be a lurker. Don't be a stalker. When you're scrolling late at night, when you're in bed, take the time while you're doing that to write a comment, to like, to really engage with your friends. Because when you engage more with your friends, they're also going to show up more in your Facebook page too. So there's just all kinds of benefits from just being a genuine person, a genuine friend. Okay, so let's move on to the business Facebook. And even if you don't have one yet, I want you to listen to this because it will be applicable to you someday. Okay, with Facebook. So Facebook has been the platform that I've been able to grow the fastest with my blog. And I think that this is why. Because I have learned that Facebook thrives on shareable content because it's just so easy to share stuff on there. So when I'm thinking through how am I going to write a post on Facebook, I always want to be thinking, okay, how can I create something that someone else might want to might want to first be able to relate to, and then second, be able to share or want to share. And so I think there's a couple different ways to do this. I think that one, if you think about what's shareable, you can think through, okay, what did I do today to really help someone feel and vocalize what they might not want to vocalize on their own? Because here's the deal. Sometimes by sharing vulnerable things, you can allow people to have a voice when they may not have felt like they could do it on their own. For example, if I'm sharing about motherhood and I share like, oh, I was just so discouraged today. I wanted to quit. I didn't know if I could do it. But I found a way, and there's so much to be thankful for. And I mean, I always try to put a positive spin on it, because there really is so much to be thankful for. But the point is, by simply saying, okay, I don't know if I can do this, another mom might not have a platform or might not be brave enough to say that on her own. She might not feel like she can go on her Facebook page and say, I don't know if I could do this, but she feels comfortable sharing my post because I am being her voice. And so she can still share what she's thinking, but it's a little bit more safe because someone else has already said it for her and someone else is agreeing with her. So I think for Facebook, shareable content is key. So what does this mean in the fitness world? Because a lot of times with fitness, you're not going to have quite as vulnerable topics to cover maybe. However, I think that there are some topics to cover if we're willing to dig a little deeper. For example, think about your why. Think about, why did you start this business? Why do you work out every day? And I think if you can go beyond, like, I want to lose weight, I want to look good in a swimsuit, I think if you can dig deep and talk a little bit about your story, about why you love to work out, about why you do it even when you don't want to, I think those are the posts that your readers are going to be able to really relate to, and the ones that they're going to want to share and like. So always be thinking about, on Facebook, what can I write that's going to be relatable to people, that's going to be vulnerable enough with people that they're going to push like, or they're going to push share, or they're going to comment. Because again, with Facebook, it's all about engagement, because Facebook is the most powerful platform, I believe, to really engage with other people. So be thinking constantly, how can I get that like? How can I get that comment? Not that it's about that, but there is some strategy involved. And I think if we're willing to, again, spend a few extra minutes to really speak from our hearts and really come up with content that's original and relatable, it is just going to be totally worth it in the end. And that's how you're going to get your growth. I talk about I statements. I talk about relatable. Okay, just a couple technical tips here for business pages. So if you log on to Facebook from your computer, you can actually use Facebook as your business page. So like, on mine, I can say using Facebook as Mommy's Me Time. And then I can go from Mommy's Me Time and like different public pages. And here's what is really in it. So after you like your different pages as your public page, so after I go in as Mommy's Me Time and like different pages, I can then go in from time to time and comment on the pages that I like. And when I comment, it's not showing up as Amber Kuiper, it's showing up as Mommy's Me Time. So when someone else sees me comment, it's kind of like Instagram. When you're commenting, people notice you. And so when you're commenting as your business page, people might be more apt to click on it and like your page, because they're seeing that you're interacting, they're seeing what kind of a person you are. So I highly recommend that if you want to grow your business page, to be using Facebook as your business page, and then going around and liking pages and commenting on pages. Another thing with Facebook is, Facebook has made it extremely hard for business pages because they want us to spend money. And one way to get around the Facebook algorithm is that you really have to be sharing consistently. And I know it's tough because we've got so many places to share, but if you really want your business page to grow, I believe you should post like 2 to 4 times a day on your business page to make sure that you are constantly in people's feeds. Because if you go, like, okay, let me just tell you what happened to me a few weeks ago with Mommy's Me Time. Okay, so my reach, I had a good post. I think I had like 2,000 likes on one of my posts. And in that week, I was really active. My reach was like 350,000 people. And I didn't post for a couple days, and my reach went from 350,000 people to like 50,000 people. I mean, Facebook just destroys you when you're not consistent. So it's all the more motivation to be consistent. Because if you are, it just gains traction and it's just crazy. Like if you can get your Facebook to go, it's pretty awesome to see it take off. But with that said, like I said, Facebook does want you to pay. And I don't think that's all bad. I mean, I think it makes sense. Like we would pay to advertise anywhere else. So I think Facebook has that right. So I would encourage you all who are looking to grow your business pages to look into sponsoring posts or looking into sponsoring your page. So I'm just doing a test this week with Mommy's Me Time, and I decided to sponsor my page for $5 a day just to see what traction I would get. And so by spending X amount of dollars per day, they kind of guarantee, like, typically if you spend this much, you're going to get this many new likes. But what's really, really neat with the Facebook sponsored posts is that you can target them to a specific audience. So you can say, okay, I want to target 21 to 45-year-old women, and I want them to be from these states. So if you feel like you're kind of trapped with where you're at in your business as far as geographical location goes, you can actually decide to say, hey, I don't have any clients from this market. And so, like, for example, yesterday I just picked a few different states from around the country. I picked Kansas, I picked Delaware, I picked a few other ones, and I thought, okay, I just want to see, will I get traction from these states? Because I feel like I haven't heard a ton of readers from those. And so think through maybe expanding that way, because it's pretty cool how you can really edit your sponsored posts to really target specific demographics and specific areas of the country. So that's all I have for now. Thanks for hanging in there with me. Like I said, Facebook's awesome. You guys, let's take advantage of it. Let's be genuine, good people. The people who are going to succeed in this business are the ones who are going to be includers, who are going to reach out and encourage and affirm and just be that person who really cares deeply. So I encourage you today, go on Facebook, think about what kind of a friend are you, and think about what kind of posts do you want to do in the future. I highly recommend you also getting a content calendar made. So if you struggle to find content like on a daily basis, write out Monday through Friday, Monday through Sunday, whatever days you want to work with, and write out, okay, on Monday I'm going to do a fitness post because that's a lead generator day. I'm going to share a post about my kids. I'm going to share a post about my family, like maybe we're going to go somewhere, or I'm going to ask a question to my friends, see if they can help me out, like where should we go for our next vacation? Stuff like that, but find different topics, and then it makes posting to social media a lot easier because you're able to just say, okay, it's Tuesday, what am I going to post about today? Okay, I can do that. I can do that topic. Yeah, I think I'll share this picture. Scroll through your phone, find a picture, write a post. I think, whatever you can do to keep yourself on track, but consistency is key. Being a friend, not just being a stalker. And so that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm super excited about these Tuesday trainings that we're going to keep coming your way. I think we're going to all learn a lot, and we're just going to keep pursuing and helping as many people as possible become the very, very best versions of themselves. All right, guys, have a good day.